Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to the Big Mouth Daily Live. Sorry, a bit later than billed. We are not the BBC. We are just Big Mouth. We're very, very amateur. But welcome to the show. And we've got a bit to talk about today. Zack Snyder says, suck it, WB. And his fans follow suit. One Zack Snyder fan says that people have got to stop saying that we've got to be nice for WB to restore the Snyderverse. Yeah, because being nasty is really helping you thus far. How deluded can you get? But we've got some positive news as we leave those people in the shade, as we look forward to the future of the DCEU and Black Adam, to launch own franchise within the DCEU by Rebecca Van Acker of Screen Rant. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Ronnie Dodge, morning mate, morning Ronnie Dodge. The DC Extended Universe's upcoming Black Adam movie starring Dwayne Johnson is being eyed to launch the character's own individual franchise. The upcoming Black Adam movie starring Dwayne Johnson is being eyed to start the character's own franchise within the DC Extended Universe, currently set to release in 2022. Black Adam has had a long journey to the big screen. Johnson has been interested in playing the character since 2007, but the movie didn't start building momentum until a decade later. At that time, it was decided that Johnson's Black Adam would feature in his own solo film instead of debuting in Shazam as originally planned. After being delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic, Black Adam began filming in April 2021. In addition to Johnson, the movie stars Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher, Aldis Hodge as Hawkman, Sarah Shahi as Adriana Tomaz, Quintessa Swindell as Cyclone, and Pierce Brosnan as Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate. This means Black Adam has assembled quite the character list, including some key members of the Justice Society of America. Though the release of Black Adam is over a year away at this point, anticipation for the film is already quite high. Recently, comments by Black Adam producer Danny Garcia should make people even more excited about the character's future in the DC Extended Universe. Speaking with Variety, Garcia wouldn't say exactly how many Black Adam movies are planned as of now. However, she did suggest the character will be around for a while. We want to do many films. We're excited about our long-term relationship with DC on this property. How awesome is that? Ronnie Dodge, Black Adam is going to be amazing. I certainly hope so. While this is exciting to hear, it doesn't come as a huge surprise. Like Marvel, DC likes to build individual franchises around popular characters, including Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Considering Black Adam's rich history in the comics, there are plenty of stories to tell. Additionally, Johnson is one of the biggest stars in the world at the moment and has proven his ability to bring audiences to movies time and time again. It would be a poor financial decision for Warner Brothers and DC Films to only do one movie with Johnson as Black Adam. Additionally, there's the matter of Black Adam and Shazam's iconic rivalry from the comics. At this time, it's unclear exactly when the two will meet, but they could certainly do so in a Black Adam sequel, since both characters will be established in the DCEU at that point. It's also worth noting the movie has assembled an impressive cast of actors playing classic DC characters with a whole history of stories on their own. It's easy to imagine future installments in Black Adam franchise taking on more of an ensemble film, extending its longevity. Hopefully the first Black Adam film is a success, paving the way for sequels in the years to come. Leroy Kong, I really hope Henry Cavill appears in Black Adam at some point. I would expect that to happen, Leroy, but obviously nothing's written in stone and we don't know what's going on. So that's very exciting, of course. So, what do we all think about that then? That's very exciting. So Danny Garcia saying she wants a long relationship with DC and Black Adam. Of course, until this film is shot and tested on an audience and people react to it. But what this actually means is that Warner Brothers is very pleased with the script and what they've seen thus far. Ronnie Dodge, David said last night on his Instagram that Zachary is getting a new Shazam costume. Yes, David F. Sandberg is teasing a brand new Shazam costume, which is really, really exciting. Is it a new costume because of the Flashpoint multiverse strategy? Well, I would guess so, because it's interesting I know some people criticise the costume for being puffed up too much to make him look muscly. It looks like that Zachary will probably bulk up a little bit more for his next role and will get a more accurate suit as well. The suit is accurate, by the way, very comic accurate, but there were complaints about it. And even though I personally didn't have an issue with it, obviously David F. Sandberg and Walter Hamada and Greg Berlanti are looking at that. And that's very good news. The kids in Shazam have grown. They will soon outgrow their roles. Basically, if this was a problem, Leroy, they would be worried. But clearly, some time may have passed. And again, the Flashpoint multiverse theory could be into play. We had the same issue with Harry Potter. By number 3, they looked older than they did in 1 and 2. And it wasn't an issue, and and it shouldn't really be an issue for anyone. Ronnie Dodge, I think it's because of the aftermath of the Flash movie. Yeah, I think so too, Ronnie. But it definitely is exciting that Danny Garcia wants to do more Black Adam movies. Of course, there is a plan for Shazam and Black Adam to lock horns in Shazam 3, and that's always been the plan. They're taking their time with this. Now, I don't know if Black Adam, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, will actually cameo in Shazam Fury of the Gods. That's something to look forward to. I expect Henry Cavill's Superman to be involved with Shazam Fury of the Gods as well. Although the release is being delayed till 2023, the movie started production, I think, yesterday. And David was teasing a couple of days ago the steps you have to do to make a movie: pre-production, actual production, shooting. And so David's been very transparent with the fans as well. Again, a very good guy, a great sense of humor, always loves trolling the fans in a fun, non-controversial way as well. So we have got a lot to look forward to. And if you're a DC fan, you want to hear some HBO Max news as well. HBO Max begins worldwide rollout with Latin America and the Caribbean. Ronnie Dodge, maybe Black Adam is in a post-credit scene as both movies are filming on the same stage, same studio. That makes sense, doesn't it, Ronnie? So, Warner Media will soon begin a global rollout of HBO Max, including Latin America and the Caribbean. The streamer is currently only available in the US by Jack Whitfield of Screen Rant. Warner Media will soon begin a worldwide rollout of HBO Max, including in Latin America and the Caribbean. The American subscription streaming service is currently only available in the United States. HBO Max's catalog boasts several prestige originals, including Game of Thrones and Chernobyl. The streamer also offers many hits from different networks, including The Big Bang Theory and Friends, with Central Perk regulars recently reuniting. HBO Max launched in the US nearly a year ago, but an international rollout has proven complicated in Canada. HBO was criticized for only allowing its HBO Max original content to be made available with a paid add-on customer. Customers were required to pay an additional $9.99 a month for HBO Max. And movies, Warner Media owns HBO, HBO Max Cinemax, and HBO Go in the vast majority of Spanish-speaking Caribbean and Latin American regions. Warner Media has now confirmed HBO Max will be available in 39 territories in Latin America and the Caribbean from June the 29th, 2021. Johannes Larcher, head of HBO Max International, referred to the launch as the first step in the global rollout of HBO Max. Included in the 39 regions are Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico. The company confirmed that a multi-language player feature would be rolled out on the platform for dubbed dialogue. Read Larcher's full quote below. Our launch in Latin America and the Caribbean is the first step in our global rollout of HBO Max. We are thrilled that fans across the region will soon be able to enjoy HBO Max and its amazing collection of content. Warner Media is one of the most popular and trusted sources of entertainment across Latin America, and we are very excited that our global journey starts here. Warner Media will be hoping for a smoother rollout in these territories than its messy US launch. The launch was mired with confusion, with some subscribers unable to tell the difference between HBO Max and HBO Now and HBO Go. Unlike competitor Disney Plus, which boasts iconic classic films and recognizable temples, HBO faces a branding struggle, with some subscribers unable to define the service's identity. Although Warner Media owns an impressive back catalogue, including the DC Universe movies, the service launched with fewer original shows and films than hoped for. That was the consequence of launching amid an ongoing pandemic, with hurdles placed on production and filming. Yes, they did launch a year too soon. With TV and movie buffs still isolating at home amidst the coronavirus crisis, there'll be lots of excitement at the news of this launch. The service boasts a vast catalogue of fan favourites, including the Fast and Furious movies and original programming such as Westworld. The service proved invaluable to DC fans during the lockdown, with Wonder Woman 1984 being made available to stream digitally for cinema goers, avoiding the traditional theatrical experience. So, we are finally going international, which is very, very exciting because we want to see it. We're DC fans and we want to see all this brand new DC content, including Green Lantern Corps, coming to HBO Max. Now, I think I might have to wait years before it hits Cyprus, but we will see. And obviously, if I can't watch HBO Max, I can't watch HBO Max, and if I can't see this DC content, I don't know what I'm going to do. But that's life, isn't it? This is the problem with streaming. There's so many kind of distribution laws. It makes it difficult for these platforms, and very, very difficult. And it is frustrating for fans like me who can no longer watch Superman and Lois. In my country of Cyprus, in the UK, we can't watch it either. It's absolutely despicable, while American fans boast about watching Superman and Lois every week. You can even see a director's cut every week on the CW app, which is also not available in most international regions. So very problematic. So Warner Brothers and HBO Max need to get their shit together. So we're back onto the Rock hype and the Black Adam hype. More from Danny Garcia. Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam costume hyped by movie producer. Black Adam producer Danny Garcia hypes up Dwayne Johnson's DC costume, further fueling excitement for a reveal that is hopefully coming soon. I said by the end of this week, I hope that's true, by Rachel Abernathy of Screen Rant. Black Adam producer Danny Garcia hypes up Dwayne Johnson's DC costume, further fueling excitement for the upcoming reveal. Filming on Black Adam is finally underway after suffering few setbacks last year because of the coronavirus pandemic. Johnson was officially cast as the slaves-turned superpower anti-hero back in 2014, and both he and his fans have been eagerly awaiting his DCEU debut. Ever since Black Adam will be directed by Jaume Collet-Serra, and also stars the likes of Aldis Hodge, Noah Centineo, Sarah Shahi, and Quintessa Swindell, and Pierce Brosnan. Black Adam kicked off filming last month, and since then Johnson has provided a few behind-the-scenes teases. The actor has shared peeks at the script and the set, but perhaps most excitingly, he's begun teasing his costume last week. He shared a shot of himself in his Black Adam costume, except most of it was obscured by the black cloak he has to wear to prevent spoilers. Johnson later posted another photo. By this time, he was shrouded in shadow and another more dramatic cloak. All of these teases have only stirred up more excitement about the eventual costume reveal, though it at least sounds like the wait will be worth it. Danny Garcia, one of the producers on Black Adam, had some positive words to say about Johnson's costume. While speaking to Variety, while she couldn't reveal when others will see the costume, Garcia simply teased, "I've seen him in the full costume, and let me tell you, it's a thing." Seeing as Johnson has been attached to the role for years with no costume reveal, anticipation is quite high. Black Adam isn't scheduled to premiere until July 2022, so one might assume there will be a long wait. There will be a long wait before some official peeks at the movie emerge. However, Johnson's increased focus on the costume over the past few days could indicate a Black Adam suit reveal is getting closer. A year and a month is a long time to wait for a movie, and a full shot of Johnson in costume would be the perfect thing to help tide fans over. It would also ignite even more interest in the project. One thing is already clear about Johnson's Black Adam costume: it won't require much padding. Before filming kicked off, Johnson shared numerous behind-the-scenes looks at his training process, and it's clear he's in a perfect superhero shape. Considering the sheer amount of power Black Adam wields, this is to be expected. Fingers crossed Johnson pulls back the curtain or cloak on Black Adam soon and reveals his highly anticipated costume. And I expect that to happen very, very soon. And that is very, very exciting, my friends. Ronnie Dodge, a certain person saying "suck it, Warner Brothers" on a talk show has disappointed me. Sorry, but it has. Yeah, let's discuss that now. Let's hide this one. Unfortunately, they've held it for a review. Sam Jan Ryush Streaming is better because you don't get box office. You don't share the profit. Well, they make a profit, though. Oh, I see. They don't share the profit. Well, anyway, that's not our business. We just want to be able to see these things. And some of us don't get HBO Max, so that's a problem, Sam. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia Glazers out. Hey, brother, one thing to say to you, Ollie out. We lost on penalties. Manchester United should not be playing for penalties. We did. We were shit. It was a shit game. He plays worse football than Jose Mourinho. He put his nose up at Jose when he first arrived. He said Manchester United must play the way they've always played, playing football. We haven't done that. He's a negative counter-attacking manager, and he's got to go. And people need to stop blaming David De Gea for not scoring and saving those penalties. Anyway, yes, I know, Ronnie. I'm aware that he did some jokey director's cut on some show yesterday and said, suck it, Warner Brothers. Basically, he's acting like a child now. He's very, very bitter. And I'm assuming, as much as I love Zack and his movies, especially his DC movies, he's used to getting his own way. And this time he didn't. He's tried every tactic under the sun. As I said, one fan said, why should we be nice to Warner Brothers? Well, it's too late to be nice to them now, but maybe if you and your director, went at this in a more positive way, we would have seen Zack Snyder's Snyderverse. Maybe if Zack didn't turn down restoring the Snyderverse over on HBO Max because he wanted the keys to the kingdom, maybe we would have all got what we wanted by now. So I agree with you, Ronnie. It's distasteful, and seeing it hashtagged is pathetic. But carry on crying and kicking and screaming like fucking babies, because you're not going to restore the Snyderverse this way. It's done. It's dusted. I can go back and watch those movies. But Zack is just trying to egg on his fans. It's wrong on so many levels. I don't agree with it, and that's my opinion on it. You can't act like a bunch of fucking children. You, Zack, I'm afraid, your tactics were totally wrong. And your tactics were right for getting the Snyder Cut released, but you didn't go along the same lines. You got carried away with yourself. You're getting carried away with yourself with the marketing for Army of the Dead as well. You keep on talking about who talks about Aquaman. Who really is talking about Army of the Dead? I saw it once and I've already forgotten it. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, I like Zack, but that has made me disappointed. Bring on the multiverse now, and they have planned too far ahead to restore the Snyderverse. Well, at the end of the day, Ronnie, if they wanted to restore the Snyderverse, that could be done in a corner at HBO Max. Wouldn't interfere with the plan anyway, so it could be done if they wanted it done. But this behaviour isn't going to get Snyder what he wants. It's very, very, very disappointing, but not surprising, by the way. This is the kind of direction and narrative he's been following since he started marketing Army of the Dead, and that's up to him. Everyone can do whatever they want, especially an elite creative like Zack. He's earned the right to say and do what he wants. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. If saying suck it, Warner Brothers, makes him and his fans feel better, that's great. But it doesn't change anything. You're still not going to get what you want. You still lost. You lost because you went at this, in the wrong way. It's as simple as that. They don't care. They don't care that you're saying suck it, Warner Brothers. Anne Sarnoff said her piece in the Variety article, which I acted very negatively to at first, but at the end of the day, since then, people haven't reacted very well. And I understand some of the anger and frustration, but Sarnoff and Warner Brothers have made it pretty clear that the Snyderverse will not be restored. They have a plan. They're going along with that plan. Now, we don't know what the new Discovery Warner Media merger means for the DCEU. David Zaslav speaking the other day saying he still wants to go with his Discovery stuff, his non-scripted stuff, because it doesn't cost as much to make. But obviously, he's got a catalogue of movies and franchises. He didn't do the merger for nothing, right? So we will see where we go with that. But yeah, it's toxic. It's boring. It doesn't get you the win, Zack. It just makes you look like a bitter baby. And, you're really exposing yourself. All the stuff people said about you and I stuck up for you, and you've gone and done this. It's toxicity in its highest form. and you are a great filmmaker. You made 3 beautiful DC movies, and it's hugely disappointing. Ronnie Dodge, Discovery will be watching that interview and that comment and be like, yikes and no thanks. Yeah, obviously no one worth their salts wants to get involved with shit like that and with fans like that. Now, as I've already said, many Snyder fans follow me, and I follow them because I'm a Snyder fan and an admirer, and they're good people. But there's a lot of them that simply do not get it. They are deluded. They are blinded by their fandom, and that's a problem. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia glazes out. I seen the moon here in Australia last night, brother. Awesome. But I don't know what an ascend moon is, my friend, but it sounds really good. But an ascend moon doesn't change the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to be sacked, and we need a real manager. Glazers out and Ole out. They're all part of the same problem as far as I'm concerned. Manchester United playing for penalties was despicable. Despicable, I tell you. So that's all your updates for today. There's not much going on. So if you want to comment like Ronnie's doing, please do so, and I'll read them out and answer your questions and react to your comments. Ronnie Dodge, I love his movies, but it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. It doesn't upset me, Ronnie. It doesn't trigger me. It makes me laugh because you lost. You lost. You're like a child who didn't get his own way. When I was a child and I didn't get my own way, I used to pull the leaves off my mum's plants. And I still didn't win, but I kind of felt better for a little while, right? A bit of revenge. Well, that's all Zach's got now. He's out, and all he's got is Netflix, because no huge studio is going to touch him with a barge pole, because they've seen. He even exposes secrets within the studio. What studio in their right mind is going to get involved with a mentality like that? Ronnie Dodge, throwing his dummy out of the pram. Yeah, Ronnie Dodge pram, yeah. Throwing his, basically kicking and screaming like a child, very disappointing. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia glazes out. What are your favourite zombie movies, brother? Well, I'm not well versed in zombie movies, but I will tell you this. I really enjoyed a few years back World War Z with Brad Pitt, Peter Capaldi, who was one of the greatest Doctor Who's as well. I really like that. I like how they grouped up. I like how they moved. And I actually will say this, World War Z is a much better zombie movie than Army of the Dead. And that is my opinion. I don't think Army of the Dead is a classic. I liked it for the first 3 quarters. Ronnie Dodge, I have a theory about Supergirl in the Flash. Please tell. That's what we're here for, to talk about our geek. I'm just waiting for Ronnie to tell me all about his theory about Supergirl. As I say, comment, keep on commenting. I'll read out, I'll react, I'll answer your questions as much to my knowledge. This is the Big Mouth Daily. This is for you, the fans, and this is me giving you your updates, which I already have. There's nothing really going on. I expect some really big news on Saturday. Now, I don't, listen, these are just things that are coming to me. I'm expecting huge news by Saturday. I don't know if that's true. Emmanuel Cruz, how do you feel about the Craven movie? Yes, we got, give me the actor's name, Emmanuel, because I'm not very good with names. The guy who played the fast geezer, who played basically Wanda's brother in Avengers Age of Ultron, is now playing Cruz. Let's start again. He's not playing Cruz. Emmanuel Cruz. Basically, he's playing Craven, isn't he? Yeah. I think that's exciting. I'm excited for Sony's kind of dark villain Marvel universe. I hope it outstrips what the MCU are doing, because Feige needs some of his kind of feces feeding to him after some of the stuff he's said and done. Wouldn't it be fun if the Sony Marvel universe becomes more popular? That will be very interesting. Yes, I'm excited about that. Emmanuel Cruz, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Sam Dazan Reviews, Aaron Taylor Johnson, that's right. Emmanuel Cruz, what big movie moves about what? There should be some big DC news by Saturday. That's what I've been told. But again, pinch of salt time. I'm not saying it's definite, but there should be at least by Saturday a Black Adam costume reveal. But we will see, we will see. So if I'm wrong, you've got a receipt to say, I hate you, Mick. But I'm not saying definitely. Definitely, I'm saying could be, fingers crossed. So welcome to the chat. 5 of you in the chat. 5 likes, not a bad ratio for a small unknown YouTuber who uses a built-in camera and built-in mic on his Lenovo laptop. Ronnie Dodge, I think in the beginning of the movie Supergirl is in her black suit, wants nothing to do with humanity and bitter and angry. But as the movie goes on and Barry gets through by the third act, it's interesting, isn't it? It all depends what Supergirl we're getting. DCEU Earth 1. Basically, don't forget, she's Superman's daughter in the Brainiac kind of version and the other version. So I don't know in the other version how Superman's her father, but of course the not Black Adam, but Brainiac using Superman's DNA to create her means Superman's her father anyway. But I do prefer the Brainiac thing. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia glazes out. 6:34 p.m. here in Australia. I did crying. Save your tears. They don't deserve it, my friend. They are a bunch of blaggers. I can't believe it. Kick Glazers out now and Ollie out now. Yeah, get rid of Ollie. He's a big problem. He's as big a problem as the Glazers. Sandra Jan Hughes, if Brainiac is the next villain in the DCEU, I think that would make sense. It's something we've all wanted. He was supposed to be the villain in the Superman Returns sequel as well, which I read the script and it was awesome. Ronnie Dodge, and decides to don the red and blue costume because Barry gave her hope and decides to be the hero she's supposed to be. Probably that may be her arc. It may not be her arc by the end of Flash. It could be, of course. But, of course, that could be a longer arc to play out in her own movies, other cameos, and within her place in the Multiverse Justice League as well. Sandra Jan Hughes, Superman should have a daughter in the DCEU to I know what you're trying to say. It from Superman and Lois. Well, it's not that different, really. It's still a kid, whether it's a son or a daughter. Do you know what I mean? But I know what you're saying there. But, yeah. Superman and Lois has proven that it's not copying Man of Steel. It's very different to Man of Steel. It's very unique. And this is the most popular version of live-action Superman since Christopher Reeves, where more Superman fans than not are embracing this version. And quite right, too. Ronnie Dodge, good theory, just had a light bulb moment, lol. Very good theory. It kind of the thing that they're trying to do. And, of course, it all depends what version of Supergirl we're going to see. We still don't know. I expect the costume reveal in the next couple of weeks for Supergirl as well. So we've got a lot to look forward to here, guys, girls, and everyone else. You are welcome on this platform because when news breaks, I am here to break it, but not just to talk about it. I'm not just the middleman here. I have opinions, and I'm not shy to express those opinions. If you have opposing opinions to me, that's great, but I will debate them with you, and I won't just kiss your asses so I don't lose any subscribers. That's the way this platform works, and if you like that kind of platform, you are very, very welcome. This will not be an echo chamber. Ronnie Dodge, and sometimes news breaks during the stream, which is very exciting, of course. When news breaks during the stream, it's very exciting because we're all together. We can talk about it. It's worse when you're not on a stream and you think, well, if I do a pre-recorded video now, it's going to take hours to upload. I can't really stream when my dad's watching some ITV on the ITV player because our internet's not very strong and the picture's shit. Even when my dad's on the phone, it interferes with the internet, so it's very difficult. I'm in a village here, not much I can do about it, but I'm doing my best. And I think we're getting, these lives have been going on for a few weeks. They've been okay. I'm not saying they've been successful, but I think the conversations have been good and we've enjoyed ourselves. And this is just the beginning of where I want to take this channel, and hopefully we can take it to a higher place. Because I think there's a lot of channels out there not there for the fans, really. They're just there for themselves and their own platforms. Sponsor this, follow this, like that. Emmanuel Cruz, how did you feel about Supergirl's haircut? Oh, Emmanuel, I loved it. So excited. I think with, I forgot her name now. What's her bloody name? Sasha. I think with Sasha's complexion, the dark hair is brilliant and the short hair works. She's got her hair cut because that's how she's going to look. Or some people think because she's going to wear a wig. I would prefer that her hair looks like that. And it looks like if she's the Brainiac version of this, or Brainiac's daughter's version, or Brainiac's experiment version, because Brainiac has got ties to different comic book iteration versions of Supergirl as well. So I think Brainiac will figure one way or the other with this Supergirl reveal as well, which is very exciting. But I love the haircut, Emmanuel. I really do. And I hope we see it in the movie. And I don't need her to be blonde, because there are versions of her in the comics that are not blonde. Ronnie Dodge, I prefer you doing lives. It's great to have a discussion. It certainly is. Ronnie Dodge, Sasha is a gorgeous woman. She will make a great Supergirl. I think the signs are looking very, very good. She certainly looks the business. She's not your typical, Melissa Benoist, blonde hair, blue eyes casting. And that's good. We want to move away from Melissa a little bit, seeing that her iteration isn't that great. I feel sorry for Mel because she's done some great performances in that show, but you're only as good as the food that you eat, right? And acting and scripts and stories are food and drink to actors. Believe you, I'm an actor. Believe you me, I know I'm an actor, right? And there's nothing better than, like when I stand on the stage in the theatre down in Ayia Napa, Cyprus, and I do my performances that I write for myself, and I feel good about myself because I've given the audience something, right? That's brilliant. And I feel good. I've expressed myself. But if you're performing shit, you don't feel good. You're just there for that, aren't you? And of course, acting is about the money because, you could be out of work for a long time. Luckily, I'm a creative as well, which helps me out. But it is a struggle. This industry is a struggle for everyone, especially now with the COVID pandemic. So I'm very excited about Sasha Calle's casting as Supergirl. I think that Andy has got it spot on. And while people are being negative and still living in the past, we can look to the future. And the disclaimer is, I love Zach's free movies, but I'm not got any Jesus pictures of him. And I don't do all that. I don't expect to ever get an interview with Zack Snyder or him to like anything, although he did. I think he replied to one of my comments on Vero once, but I couldn't find the comment. So I had a notification, but I couldn't find it, which was weird. And of course, there was a curious incident with Zach, with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, where Jeremy was doing this charity stream for suicide prevention. Then clearly Zach was told by the studio not to get involved with the fandom menace. Weird, very weird. Ronnie Dodge, Brie Larson should be nervous. Supergirl will take her thunder, lol. Ronnie, for Supergirl to take her thunder, she would have had to have had thunder in the first place, and she didn't have any thunder. So I don't mind Captain Marvel, actually. I thought it was a solid enough movie. Obviously, there's some SJW commentary there, but that's everywhere in films. I'm sure it will be in our DCEU future as well. Something we're going to have to swallow. But yeah, I don't mind Captain Marvel, but it's not a classic and it's not memorable. I think its cameos is what kind of rode it through. The $1 billion box office, clearly because people were hoping for some teases for Avengers Endgame in the post-credit sequences. And that's what, and the controversy to what Larson was saying publicly during the marketing of the Captain Marvel movie. But Brie Larson doesn't give a shit, my friend. These people don't give a shit. It's all work to them, mate. It's just that. There's no care or anything like that. So we should definitely disperse that myth. But I think when you're like me and you're acting for the thrill of it, it's beautiful. And it's not about fame. It's not about fortune. 6 people in the stream, 6 likes. This is probably the best ratio I've ever had. So while we're all here, 6 of us, and you can spread the word about me if you want. My name's Mick. I'm a former Ayia Napa reality star. I'm developing the first English-speaking dramas here on Cyprus TV for the Sigma television network here in Cyprus. And before that, I was living in the UK in a bed sit. I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. As a younger man, I worked for the Co-op, Toy Stack, places like that. I was no big deal, nothing. I wasn't doing videos. There wasn't videos to do. There was no internet back then. And I was just a guy going out with my mates and spending my hard-earned cash instead of saving it. And that's who I am. Ronnie Dot, Sam Dejan reviews. George Miller should direct New Gods movie. How old is George now? Is he in any state to direct anything? Ronnie Dodge, DC fandom is gonna be insane this year. Who needs San Diego Comic Con? Oh yeah, for us DC fans, San Diego Comic Con is dead. I never liked it anyway because I'd have to put up with the other shit. I'm not interested in other shit, especially now. They're not making anything to be excited about. Now, back in the Smallville days, San Diego Comic Con was very important to me. But we've got fandom now, so fuck San Diego Comic Con. Sam Dejan reviews. George Miller did Mad Max Fury Road. How many years ago was that, though, Sam? Sam Dejan reviews. Clint Eastwood is 90. Clint Eastwood is a fucking legend. I'd love him to do a DC movie. Who saw that film about the car years ago? I went to see it. Yes, Richard Donner is 90. You're right, and he's making Lethal Weapon 5. How exciting is that? And apparently, according to Small Screen, who are not very reliable, by the way, Tom Cruise may be the villain. Wow, all those white men in one movie. What will the SJWs do? Ronnie Dodge, Netflix is doing their own fandom event. Do you know what, Ronnie? I have no interest whatsoever. I did hear about this event. It's a great idea for them and their fans, but they don't really have anything I'm interested in, right? So that's where I am with that. Netflix is for the youth, and that's great for them because they're embraced in it. But for us DC fans, there's nothing there, to be honest with you. So I'm not a fan of their originals. I don't embrace them. Ronnie Dodge, yep, it's not interesting. It's not interested me. Listen, Netflix are great and cool. They're the pioneers of the streaming platform. They're doing great, but they just don't have any content that I'm interested in. Because we've gone down this kind of avenue of politics now, and they're one of the worst ones for it. But Fandom is the new San Diego Comic Con. Without DC, and if Marvel do their own kind of fandom as well, they're fucked. I mean, back in the day, I remember, being so excited for the Smallville stuff. Tom Welling never used to be there, but we had a few other actors. Erica used to be there, Kristen, Ali Mack used to be there. Sam Dejan reviews, will Marvel do a fandom? I think they will, but they've been beaten to the punch, and they're going to look like copycats, which is great for me. But yes, they will. They will. I think we're past the best of the MCU. They're already getting a little bit of whispers and hate from the fans now, which is beautiful to see as well. And I think DC will thrive. And I don't even think the Snyder fans and Snyder being hateful to WB even matters anymore. WB is smoking a cigar. They put out the Snyder Cut to the fans and to the industry. You did the right thing. Because let's be honest about it. Would Disney have ever released that cut? No. But they did. And of course, John Stank at AT&T pushed for it, but it doesn't matter. There's no way Bob Iger would ever allow a J.J. Abrams cut of The Rise of Skywalker, for example. Ronnie Dodge, this decade is DCEU game. I'm betting. I think so. I think there is a plan for the Snyderverse fans who say there's not a plan. There is a plan. We're dealing with multiverse, Green Lantern Corps, all these other TV shows are all going to be interlinked with the DC live-action universe, films and TV. And I would bet you that there's going to be a DCEU movie cameo in the inception of Flash Season 8 as well. So be excited. I expect to see Ezra Miller back there or one of the other characters from the film, maybe Sasha Calais' Supergirl. It could be anything. Sam Dejan reviews, when the merger happens, Warner Brothers won't matter for it. Well, they are Warner Brothers. The merger is part of the reason why that merger is so big is because of Warner Brothers, my friend. They will matter. Ronnie Dodge, DC fandom is going to be nuts. Then last year, because of the amount of time they have to plan stuff. Yes, obviously we've got Well, let's look at the movies that we've got, not just the ones being filmed, but in development as well. And so we've got Black Adam, The Batman, we've got Aquaman 2 and Flashpoint. We've got the Superman movie as well, and we've got Shazam, Fury of the Gods. That's 6 or 7 movies. Then we've got, obviously, we've got the Arrowverse continuing. If you're interested in all that, doesn't matter if you're not, but it's great to have a DC series universe as well. So we got Green Lantern Corps, we got Superman and Lois, which is one of the best versions of Superman live action I've ever seen. And all of my Superman friends have been so supportive to that show. I'm so supportive to everyone who works on that show. I've been talking to people who work behind the scenes on that show. I thank them for it, and they're very grateful for the fans and the positivity, and obviously ignoring some of the Snyderverse fans. But you know, that's a great version of Superman. Sam the Jam reviews, Toby Emmerich is leaving. I don't really think about Toby Emmerich that much, my friend. I'm excited with the future of DC, so I'm not really interested in individuals. I know people are, and I respect your prediction. I think he probably will leave, Sam. Ronnie Dodge, Toby leaving is not fact yet. No, it's not fact yet. Again, Ronnie, I'm not focused on things like that. I don't care. And not to disperse what you care about, of course. This is why we're here, to talk about what we care about. What I care about is one thing and important, and what you care about is important. But the point being, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't touch me. The Toby Emmerich situation doesn't bother me anymore, because these people are working hard to produce these DC projects for everyone. And, you know, even when I was fighting for the Snyder Cut, I made it clear that we need DC movies for everyone. Otherwise, what are we doing here? It can't just be for you and me. It can't just be for the Snyder fans, you know. So at the end of the day, people have got to understand that. Oh dear, only 3 people in the chat. Either people have gone to bed, got bored, or upset someone. There you go. That's life. Oh, welcome to the 4th viewer. Welcome. You're welcome to make a comment. Remember to like and share the video. Follow me on Twitter @MoviesTVMad. I'm Mick. Yes, I'm extremely physical and good looking and a great lover, by the way. So if you're a female, please say hi. Anyway, Ronnie Dodge, I don't care about them. What I care about is hoping that the multiverse being a success. Yes, and we can only hope about that at the moment. Obviously, the plans are huge. And the beginning really is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. It's the beginning of the new era, if you like. I expect multiple post-credit scenes, because that's what James Gunn did in his last movie, in the sequel of Guardians of the Galaxy. So I expect a lot. And we know that James has told us that Peacemaker has got some cameos and links to the outer DCEU, which is very exciting. So James Gunn is very much involved. He had a great chat with Walter Hamada when he was first asked to join the DCEU, and he actually knows Walter's plans for Superman, so he knew about Black Superman. So that's interesting. Clearly, James didn't want to work on that project. I do feel J.J. Abrams is working on his own Superman project. Sam DeJan reviews. Will we see Hal Jordan in the DCEU? They are planning something, I hear, and I think we will, yes. And a Joker sequel is in development as well, I've been told. That's definite. A Green Lantern Corps movie is in development, I've been told. Sam DeJan reviews. Why does everyone hate Walter Hamada? Well, I don't hate Walter Hamada. Do you hate Walter Hamada? Does Ronnie hate Walter Hamada? Does Bobcat hate Walter Hamada? No. What happened was, Ray Fisher, while pushing for the investigation, the Justice League investigation, said that Walter was blocking the investigation. Now, of course, this was not true. And he went after him aggressively, and his fans, like little zombies, you know, no coincidence talking about zombies there, said, we will obey Zack Snyder and Ray Fisher. If they say Walter Hamada is a bad person, then Walter Hamada is a bad person. Basically, drones and clones. I'm not. I'm an individual, right? So that answers that question, right, Sam? And I don't hate Walter Hamada. I don't know him to like him or hate him. Ronnie George, I like Walter Hamada. He seems a little bit of a quiet guy. Yes, he's got a great CV. He's done a good job over on New Line Cinema. And hopefully after the mistakes of Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 84, he'll understand that not all creatives should have artistic freedom. It doesn't always work out. Let me give you a scenario, right? Just imagine, right, For basically, Batman versus Superman was the film that Warner Brothers said to Zack, do whatever the fuck you want, right? How did that work out as much as I love it? It didn't work out well for the business, did it? So believe you me, if they said to Zack, come back and do whatever you want, we'd have the same problems as before. That's the problem. You know, it's the same in Man of Steel that when they go to the Phantom Zone, one of those things that flies in the air, he actually designed it based on a man's genitals, right? Think about it. Think about it. I would never have allowed him to put that in that film. It takes me out of the film every time I see it. It looks good. The effects for it are great. I like all that. But why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you allow someone to do that? This is a fucking Superman movie, Zack. This is not your plaything, mate. And this is why people get frustrated with him. But he loves triggering people. He actually loves that he's hated. And people are talking about him, and he doesn't care whether it's positive or negative. He thinks he's Quentin Tarantino, and he's not. Ronnie Dodge, I feel like Robert Pattinson is going to doing a few things at Fandom, just a hint, I feel. I agree. Ronnie Dodge, oh no, we've done that. I like all time other things. So, I don't even know what the time is. And you may think my life is pretty cool doing the stuff I said that I do, but I'm also the carer for my elderly father. And so in about 4 minutes' time, I have to put him on the toilet. Very glamorous, right? So these are the different things that I have to do, as well as the other stuff that I enjoy doing as well. So 4 minutes, please put some comments up before I go. I hope you've enjoyed the live chat. I hope I've updated you with everything that needs updating. Now, I am interested in the entertainment industry. There's obviously some things that I don't talk about. Now, I want to talk about what's her fucking name? Oh, what's that film coming out from 101 Dalmatians, that villain? What's her name? Starring Emma Stone. I need to talk about it before I go. Cruella. Ronnie, yeah, thank you, Sam. Cruella. Ronnie Dodge. What annoys me is him doing stuff that Warner Brothers clearly said not to do. Exactly. You've got to be working as a team. And he wasn't doing that. So he's a problem as well. So before I go for the next minute or so, I want to talk about Cruella. Right, so there's many reactions, you know. Now, it's clear from the reactions that Cruella, in terms of the characters and story, is shit. But because these people don't want to shit on a female-led movie, this is what they said. Basically, what they said was the fashion is punk and amazing and the music's great. But they're not willing to admit it's a shit movie, because when people are talking about the clothes and the music, you know, the story and the characters are shit. It just amazes me the lengths these people will go to hide the fact they don't like a female-led movie. And this is the situation we are in, right? This is going to be an embarrassing movie. I've seen this movie. It is fucking terrible. And you know what? Emma Stone is the real victim of Cruella de Vil in this film, because I like Emma Stone. I've spoken to Emma Stone before, and she's fucking amazing. She's a great lass. She was amazing in the Amazing Spider-Man films. I don't know why she agreed to do this film. Maybe she felt this could be artistically different and awesome. But if I were her, I'd keep away from blockbuster movies, because she's so much better than that. She could be doing wonderful indie movies and things like that. So I feel bad for Emma. But Cruella is not a good movie, and lying and talking about diverting to the clothes, the fashion and the music doesn't change that fact. Security systems deactivated. I love that scene with Pods and Machine, which opens Phantom Zone, is brilliant. I see penises only after Jodie Corner ran, and then I never see them again. It's beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about, Jodie Corner, or the thing there. So I'm going to have to, hide your comment, because they have held it for review. But thank you for your interaction. That was weird, wasn't it? Anyway, Ronnie Dodge, Glenn Close is still amazing as Cruella. This is the difference, right? They do a brilliant Cruella movie, right? No, they do like Glenn Close in the 101 Dalmatian. They did 2 of them, didn't they? Live action. She's fucking amazing. But it's not Emma's fault. Em's not to blame for that film. Creatively, it's bankrupt, like most of these movies today, because they're trying to make political points, right? Emma Stone is one of the great actors we've got in our generation right now. And I just feel bad for her because she's great. She really is. And I've got so much time for her. And she's such a fabulous and fun young woman with so much life, so much talent. And I feel bad for these actors when, you know, they're sold a part and it's shit. Because once you're signed on, there's no getting out of Dodge, baby. And that's the problem with the industry. But Glenn Close was amazing as Cruella. Anyway, I'll be back tonight for Big Mouth Live, 6 p.m. or around that time, UK time. Security systems deactivated. It was about MOS Phantom Zone scene. I love that scene. Sorry for that word. No problem. No need to apologise. What I'm saying is, my friend, maybe not design it as a piece of tackle. What's the point? I love the sequence. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's done in the classic Snyder style. But, you know, KNM Ali, Hope Discovery and Warner Media heads empowers Zack Snyder to be the pole star of a coherent, well-organised DCEU, DC multiverse in the future. Who knows, KNM Ali? I'm a Snyder fan as well, but the way he's conducted himself and some of the fans haven't really helped to endear themselves to Warner Brothers, which is a shame. All he could ever hope for, I think, is a little corner on HBO Max or whatever Discovery or Warner Media are planning on calling the new platform, right? So I would love to see Justice League 2 and 3 and his future movies over on HBO Max, but he's never going to be in charge or running the DCEU again. Ronnie Dodge, see you tonight, mate. Hopefully some news. Fingers crossed we've got some meat to get our teeth into because I'm not a vegetarian yet. Are there vegetarians now? Don't they call themselves something else now? By the way, vegetarians, you say you're vegetarians, but you eat fish because apparently they don't have a life. Fish are gorgeous and they do have a life. Shut it. Ronnie Dodge, after last comment he made last night, no thanks. How about Zack Snyder coming back? As I said yesterday, this is the entertainment industry. Never say never. I've been your host with the most, Mick. I'm going to go and enjoy the Cyprus sun after I help my dad out, unfortunately, but someone's got to do it right. So if you're rewatching this, comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me over on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and I will be back tonight from 6 p.m. UK time for Big Mouth Live. See you then. Until then, whatever you're doing, whatever time of the day it is, wherever you are, have a good one. And see you later.